was a war that took place in the great anime season that was spring 2024. A war between two great idol animes, Girls Band Cry and Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. They had an idol anime rivalry for the decades. These shows are at war because they're so similar to each other. For one, they're both idol animes, as much as Girls Band Cry would claim that they're the anti-anime band. As per usual with idol animes, they get famous fast. Both Jellyfish and Girls Band Cry's main lead, Kano and Momoka, recently got kicked out of their fairly popular idol group. Both start up their group/band with a bunch of random individuals. Hell, they're both blonde technically. Girls Band Cry and Jellyfish also at times have a little bit of Yuri action sprinkled into it. Now, despite these similarities, there are some very key differences between the two shows. Obviously, one of the show is made in CGI and the other one is hand-drawn. But I think the quality of both of these shows are still pretty good. Girls Band Cry is all about making music and making it big because they love music, while Jellyfish is a story about friendship and stuff with music as a side quest. Sure, Girls Band Cry have some friendship themes sprinkled here and there, but Girls Band Cry is a more adult show and tackles the problem in a more realistic way than Jellyfish would. It's time to decide which of these idol animes win the war. Which idol anime is better, Girls Band Cry or Jellyfish? Focusing on Jellyfish first, I must say I think Jellyfish looks just a little bit better. Look, at the end of the day, we're all anime fans who probably like anime in the first place because of the hand-drawn animation. Look, if we prefer CGI, we would probably just watch Inside Out 2 or something. Jellyfish is a more of a weebs anime, in that there are more fan service and cute girls doing cute things moments in there. And the Yuri is more on the nose than in Girls Band Cry. Jellyfish's two main characters, Kano and Mahiru, have better chemistry than Momoka and Nina. Because of this better chemistry, it can transition smoothly to a better Yuri moment, like that one scene in the shrine at New Year's, or that one scene in the beach. Jellyfish also have a better side characters outside of the people in the band. Particularly, I like the 42-year-old mom and her episode with her daughter. I think it was the best arc between the two shows. You can't help to cheer for a single mother as she tries her damn hardest to make her dreams succeed. You know, minus the fake Insta post. And the support for her daughter is icing on the cake. Hell, if Jellyfish was just to focus on the mom character, yeah, I think it would be a 10 out of 10 show. And honestly, I love the final arc of Jellyfish and how it ended. I think the idea of an idol group consisting of people with different media specialties will have different channels that they want to tackle. The way Mahiru's loyalty and with Kano sticks until the end, and the same going the other way around, is really well done storytelling. Hell, I even like the part where the gang goes and do street art after graduation. Now, that being said, I think there are things that I don't like as much in Jellyfish. For one, I don't like the backstories of 3/4 of the band members. I'm okay with Kimura. I think her backstory was a bit of a nothing burger and it fakes itself to be a sad one, and for some reason features Nat King Cole just hanging in the wall. But Kimura redeemed herself with her whole emotional arc in episode 10 and made me think that maybe her being just a fangirl sort of works in its own way. But Kiwi, Nox, or whatever she wants to claim herself to be, I just think she sucks. Her whole backstory is that she is a weirdo, and people sort of treat her like a weirdo, and despite the setback of people thinking that she's a weirdo, she doubles down on being a weirdo and becomes a CGI VTuber, which honestly is the worst kind of VTuber. And neat, it's very hard to sympathize with her because she's rich enough because of her VTubing stuff, and nor can I feel bad for her because she's just a dick to everyone around her. She just sucks, you know? And
Mahiru
backstory is just your typical girl getting bullied backstory. Look, as much as I think it's probably realistic and bullying at her age is a big issue, I just don't find those stories that interesting as we've seen it so many times before. Now switching to Girls Band Cry. Despite me saying that Kano and Mahiru's relationship is better than the one that they have in Girls Band Cry, I think Girls Band Cry have better chemistry with each 5 of the members in the band than in Jellyfish. They have a better friendship transition. from not being so close friends and shy with one another and even jealous to a point, to eventually being a true band. The dialogue between each member of the band is simply just better than in Jellyfish. I like the band members in Girls Band Cry more, if that's not clear enough. Tomo being a lolly tsundere with a temper, I can dig. Her backstory as being the reason why her old band broke up is not as sad as your typical bullying story, but it is pretty unique and, well, interesting. Rupa's backstory is just her having dead parents, I guess. Subaru being a tongue-in-cheek, sort of quirky character with her grandma, being a famous actress back in the Frank Sinatra days, and not accepting that she might be a popular drummer is a pretty good backstory. Mobuka wanting to be a rock and roll artist to the point where she would kick herself out of her own group instead of being idol trash is, well, somewhat endearing. And of course, Nina being the true definition of rock and roll, the spoiled, ill-mannered, always gets what she wants brat that you can't help to cheer because she's so charismatic. My favorite arc in the whole show is Momoko wanting to quit the band. Her reasoning is one I find fascinating and realistic. Momoko wanting to leave the band because she's afraid of failure happening again makes sense, as Momoko is a veteran of the game compared to her colleagues. This arc coinciding with Nina finally deciding to quit school and going all in music. The arc is just a brilliant tug of war between two really good point of views. The way the arc ends, the brilliant scene in the car and the declaration of war against Diamond Dust, it's just really good. And not to mention the brilliant concert scenes that they have in the show, one of the best CGI concert scenes of all time. Now, I have one thing I don't like about Girls Band Cry, and I've sort of stated it in the video before. I hate the fact that they claim that they are rock and roll. Look, imagine for 80% of the episode, they talk about this song, right? And how it is just rock and roll, and how they are just like against the grain. So you're expecting a sick, like Guns N' Roses-esque, Metallica-esque, AC/DC-esque song to come out, just for them to play the Japanese version of Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. Look, it's not an idol anime song by the stretch of imagination, and I don't even mind an idol anime song. But it's not like rock music either, it's just pop music, you know? It's just Imagine Dragons. I was trying to convince myself that both Girls Band Cry and Jellyfish are of equal value and just for different people. But I can't lie to myself hard enough. I like Girls Band Cry a little more than Jellyfish. Maybe it's because they're closer to my age than the other girls. Maybe I find the idea of risking it all more endearing. Maybe I just like the sight of anime girls drinking CGI beer more than Noxa's Goodbye Sekai bit. But the truth of the matter is, Girls Band Cry wins the war in my heart.